So today I'm gonna, in my extended technical review, talk about the Remarkable tablet. Now, I had a Remarkable in the past for a long time, and I used it all the time, predominantly when looking at and reviewing RFP responses. In the infamous Shipley Red Team, right? The color teams are always interesting because everybody always does them a little bit differently in the federal government responses. But I would use them to take notes. But since I've been back into writing books, I spend a lot more time editing books. I spend a lot more time researching, but I also spend time kind of generating content. And so you see this is the newest Remarkable Pro. I got the leather portfolio, which is very nice. I like that a lot. Comes with a pen. You can see the pen is charging at this point. It should be nearly charged. I've had it on there for a couple of hours. But this gives you a solution that operates. You can literally put, let me put this down so you can see it and I'll talk. You can literally put PDF files, onto the Remarkable and edit them, change them, and then send them back. The other beauty of it is there is a mobile phone app, so I have an app for the Remarkable on my iPhone. I also have an app for my Remarkable on my desktop computer, so I'm able to move data back and forth. And so mostly what I'm doing now is I turn what the publisher sends me into a PDF, send that to the Remarkable, and then I read through it to see what they're asking me to do and whether or not the changes are things that I could or would like to do. Sometimes I disagree with the publisher and we negotiate and talk about it. And then sometimes, it does, they don't care. This is nice because I can take notes with it. So I have this, and I also have the wonderful Xnote system that I've talked about many times for taking notes. And I realize that I am, part of a dying breed of people that still take notes via paper or nearly paper. The Remarkable's nice because the screen, it has this nice, it feels like paper when you write on it with the stylus. And I realize that I'm part of a dying breed. Most people don't take notes like that anymore. Most people like oral notes. Now I do oral notes as well using the Plowd system. So this is just one more tool in the tool belt as a writer to kind of get information in a place where I can consume it. The advantage of the Remarkable system, I'll be completely brutally honest, is it doesn't chew up the battery as quickly as the iPad does. I love my iPad. It is one of my all-time favorite go-to devices. But the reality is I chew up the battery pretty quickly. So, that's always a problem. That's always something to worry about. That's always something to consider. So, as we think about things like that, we do. Anyway, this I'll open one of the notepads. So basically, you can use your finger, and there you go. Let's dive in. So it pops up. You can see there's a QR code on the bottom of the screen that will take step-by-step guides. It's kind of nice. You can do pen tips and things like that. The other advantage is, obviously this lets me take digital notes. And then with Plowd, I can take oral and digital notes. And with Xnote, I can draw with pen and paper. The pen and paper part for me is the most, I would say, satisfying. I love pen and paper. I love drawing on pen and paper. I love, I just, that whole process is important to me. But all of that together, gives me a bunch of different ways to take notes and a bunch of different kinds of notes that I can deal with. So it is what it is, right? Simple and easy, all things considered. It is not horribly complex, and frankly, the Remarkable system is pretty nice. And there you can see it's basically gone to sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and put the phone down for just a second, and I'll keep talking. So you'll hear my voice, but you'll just see nothing for a second. And I'm going to put the Remarkable where it goes, right there on the side of my computer stand-up desk area, so that I can pull it out later. There's a couple of things yet I haven't gone through, which I have to do. More pen nibs that they send you, which is kind of nice. That just in case you ruin the stylus nibs, and then of course, obviously, all sorts of fun. I like their logo. It's kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool. It is pretty easy and simple. And then of course this is the USB-C cable that they send. It is a USB-C device, which, I was actually talking to my daughter over the weekend, and one of the things she said, USB-C, right? Everything's USB-C now, so that's kind of cool. I agree with her. USB-C is the way to go. I don't have any lightning devices left in the house that I need to use. So I don't have any. I have a bunch of devices that are USB powered. Not all of them are USB-C, but I do have some micro and mini devices still in the house. Anyway, that's my extended review. Thank you so much for tuning in.